everybody. Something feels different. You're written because there's that light across the. Hey, I'm giving everybody a chance to jump on if you're watching the replay. Don't forget to not only follow, not just like. That way, when we have a new video, your Mac is up to date. Last check. Okay, well, I don't care about that. Chris is not in here to show me what to do on this fancy schmancy thing. So let's see if I can refresh and go from there. Remember, when you jump on, please say where you're from. Recognize your name. Hey, Martha. Everything's bigger in Texas, Martha. Let me see if I can pull this up on here. Oh. Ha! I did it. All right. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Cynthia. Hey, Jan. Jan, after I finish this, I am doing your wreath. I did it. So, hey, Mama. Mama, I will have your lighthouse finished, but Buffy went shopping today, so I have not gotten your polyurethane spray. So that's the only thing that's lacking. It looks really pretty in my house where I have it right now. Hey, Rhonda from Spokane. I see something I just bought. All right, Amy. Well, Amy's texted me, but hello from Alabama. Martha, y'all, I missed you last night too, but I really just relaxed, and I needed that because today I went to church on her daddy's phone. Today I fixed irrigation sprinklers at the church. I love my job. I love that I have many hats. So I could wear shorts and a t-shirt today to work and work on irrigation outside. We had about 4 heads that were blown to smithereens for weed eating or lawnmowers. We can hear your voice from your computer. Oh. How do you turn the volume down on a, oh, here it is right here. Ha! Thank you, Daryl, thank you. You have an echo. I'm sorry, Sharon, I did not turn, and I could hear it myself. Not thinking. Okay, we're gonna make some insects for outside. There's a couple of things I want to try. 2 of them I know exactly how I want to do them, and they're fine. But, one of them I want to try something a little different, and what is all this? Did I forget something? And I did get some sun today. I need to wear my hat tomorrow because I'm having to work on other irrigation tomorrow. Hey, Cian, hope you had fun last evening. We missed you. Yes. Thank you for sprinkling that. Hey, Mary. Thank you, Tanya, Tammy from Kentucky. I've got a mosquito bite on the back of the leg. Okay. All right. First thing we're going to do is make a ladybug. And I really want to do something red. Now, these we're going to have many options on. You can put them on one of these stakes that you can get at any hardware store. Lowe's, Home Depot carry them. I think they're like $1.40. They work really good outside. Paint sticks, the larger ones, they work really well, but they don't really tend to last as long as these like really, stakes that are meant to have like yard signs or whatever. And they're not very expensive. So I always suggest if you're in Lowe's or Home Depot or something, pick one of those up. Or 2 or 3 of them, especially if you want to do things outside. But the rest of these, if you want to do something small, you can use like a larger paint stick or even a small paint stick, and you can stick these in plants, ferns. FaceTime us when you order, Tyler. Okay. We're fixing to order stuff online, and everybody's texting me now. Make sure you watch the sales for the large Easter eggs for the beehives. And I have not made a beehive yet. I really want to. Because, I painted that big bee, and I thought that would be really pretty. And I did a lot of lemon stuff on my table last year. And not that I don't want to do lemons again, but I really kind of would like to throw a little bit of bee in with the lemon. I think it'll be really pretty. And you know, I love black, so that gives me an excuse to bring black in. All right, first thing we're gonna do is make a ladybug. And we have our little, and it'll help us with the shape. Julie, will you hand me something? Julie, will you hand me that little truck off that table? She's probably gonna think I'm crazy. She's got her earbuds in. No, that little truck right there, yeah. And I'm gonna use, thank you so much. I went 3 times looking for the twins and can't find them at any dollar store. You're saying the 10s. The 10s like this, I'll tell you, the very first time I saw them, they were just on a stack by themselves. And then the next time I went in there specifically looking for them, they actually had stacked the plain cookie sheets, like a couple on top of it. So it looked like an entire stack of just cookie sheets. So if you go in your Dollar Tree and you see like 2 big stacks of the cookie sheets, you know, maybe like thumb through one of the stacks, because it's probably one of these. Somebody just decided they didn't want them or didn't, you know, stack them up correct. But just check a few. I always try to have about 2 Dollar Trees that I like to hit up good, because, you know, one will have one thing, you know, and one will have something totally else. Hey from Michigan, been sick with COVID, so haven't watched a few weeks. I'm so sorry, Betty. I feel so terrible sometimes when I didn't have anything happen to me with COVID and everybody else gets really sick. Our Dollar Tree has them stacks for $1. Yeah, I mean, ours had like a ton of them. But like I said, the second time I had to dig for them. All right, so remember on here, if you ever need like a shape to go by, we did like a ladybug right here. So I'm just gonna kind of eyeball this, draw it out, and then I'm gonna cut it out of here. And this is kind of like, you can get the regular cookie sheets and then maybe just take like a really good hole punch or something that will pierce holes in them, because you may not need, I don't use all of the holes that are in here. But it is good, because the very first time I went to buy this, I thought, well, I'm going to get one of those cookie sheets, and it would be really easy if I could somehow hole punch the cookie sheet for my pipe cleaner to go through. You know, and lo and behold, they had this. So there is a way you could do it. It would probably be a little bit harder, but you know, the regular little cookie sheets, you may even could just twist your like a good pair of scissors in it. And remember, when you're cutting this kind of stuff, it sharpens your scissors, so don't be scared. All right, so ladybug, it looks like, and this is going to be covered up, so don't worry about how you draw. Looks like he's got a little head, as far as like a dome-shaped head. Nothing perfect. Remember, we're going to put mesh on here, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm probably going to do that a little bit higher, just because I don't want all my cuts to be in the holes. That way they'll have a lot of those sharp edges. I'm going to try maybe to go out just a little bit more and cut in between those spaces. Okay. Well, and then that may make it too big, so we may have to make his head a little bit smaller. Okay, and then it curves all the way out for his wing. And it looks like it has a slight little wing end right here. Tiny little, somewhat butt hump. And then his wing is going to come out on this side. We can straighten this up. Let's see. And connect these points. All right. Remember, it doesn't matter what kind of marker you use, how many different times you mess up, you're not gonna see this part. And the good part is we'll actually add black on here anyway, so even if you could. All right, and then we'll, to kind of help me, we'll do this little wing. All right, y'all, whatever's in the kitchen is ready. This little wing. Be a little symmetrical. Okay, so we're just gonna cut this outside edge. I wanna make a lantern with one. That would be perfect. Oh, and I saw this woman make one. I didn't get to watch her live, but I watched the end product. I can't ever remember names, and y'all, I do follow a lot, and they come up on my feed, and you know, I either kind of glance, are they making something I like tonight, and I glance off, but I guess maybe they do a lot of their lives at the same time I do mine, or during the day, because I rarely catch people live. And I'm just cutting the outside. And remember, this stuff cuts pretty easy. I am using my heavy duty scissors just because it helps them kind of sharpen them up, and they're kind of old. But let's see if it's gonna hold this shape. Okay. Cut his little wing at the bottom, and then this is his little booty. And then these are his little wing tips. All right, now he's looking a little crooked at the bottom, so let's make him a little bit more symmetrical. All right, so not perfect, but we got our cute little ladybug. I know y'all hear that beeping, it's driving me crazy. No, Stephanie, it wasn't her. I think it might have been her sister. It was like this lantern looking thing. It was really cool. Oh, thank you so much, Deborah. I love it too. I almost don't want to give it to my mom now. In love with the lighthouse. Me too. Especially at night when I turn all the lights off and the light comes on. I don't know how long that thing's gonna last, or I have it so close to the window that the solar is coming in at through the window because it keeps coming on. Okay, you see how we have like this little hump up here? Looking at our picture, it kind of goes down in a semicircle. Now, usually when we make something really big, I would tell you to cut your mesh, you know, really any length. But in order to keep something in this cute little shape that you have, you know, and you have like the detail of the wing, and we're gonna put like the black in here for its spots and stuff, you really want to cut your mesh smaller. I mean, you don't really want to do big loopy things that are out here because it's not gonna hold the shape of what you want it to be. All right, so first we need is a black, and the only black I had was a big black that I got, and believe it or not, this was in the Christmas decoration. But remember, I tend to buy my crafts everywhere, but if you want to do this, I get the little ones from the Dollar Tree. Sometimes my bigger ones I get during holidays at Walmart. But Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Amazon, they carry colored, and I would say like the 8-inch to me are the kind of the best ones to get. They carry that in all colors all year round. And I don't use mesh that much. I'm not a big mesh fan, so I don't know why I tend to pick this up. But we got a really cute butterfly one that we're gonna use a stick for a butterfly, but we're gonna use up this red and black for our ladybug. And I already had a couple open, but I think that will be enough. The ones from Walmart, they don't really give you a ton. If there's ever a big project you want to do, go to a nicer place or order them online, and you'll get a little bit more. Hey, Sin, not only to you got me crafting, but I'm a little late because I was out working in my yard. You're a good influence for me. 81 today in Maryland. All right. Yes, it was, I think you can tell I have gotten sun, but I was fixing irrigation today. Doing so good. You know, we have a charity house right next to the church that the youth and I actually put in the whole sprinkler system in there. Is the only reason why I know how to do it now. But so today I was like, you know, the church, we ran the zones and there were like 4 different in these 8 zones, one here and there that, you know, lawnmower had, one was just completely disintegrated, like they had cut the top off, weed eater had cut it, and 2 weren't working. Dug them up. You know, when you have irrigation, oh my gosh, in town, I live on a clay slab. Oh, just digging it up. I went all the way around it, was able to pick this nice piece of sod up, unscrewed the old one, put the new one in. Super, super easy. You know, it just made it. Well, I went over to the Wimberly house, and I really had gotten tired because we started trimming hedges. And went over to the Wimberly house, and I thought, well, I'll just fix this one, because there was one area that, let's see if these will work good. Where are my good scissors? One area that really has St. Augustine in the sun and how it hates sun, and it really needed a lot of water. And so I said, let me just fix this one, and then tomorrow I'll fix the other ones over there. Stuck my shovel in, my foot went straight through the PVC pipe. So water wasn't gushing everywhere, but I didn't realize I'd done it. So I fixed the sprinkler system, and when I turned the zone on, it wouldn't come on. And that's because it was just, the water was just bubbling up out of this one zone. It was not a pretty sight. And then I was like, how do I mess up on the last one? Okay, I'm gonna do like a little pinching system. And I really want this to be tiny, and see how short this piece is gonna be, because doing his little head black, we really need to control how loose. I really like the curly or loose. And my little thing, I can probably 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my gosh, where are my scissors, or is this just hard to cut? Okay, and what I mean by, you can take this and roll it up, and it really makes a cute little roll. I almost kind of like that better. Cute little roll, and I didn't have any plain black, so we're just going with this that has some white in it. Or you can lay it down and do like a pinching system, which believe it or not, that doesn't by itself look as pretty, but when you get several beside each other, it gives it a little bit more frayed, rugged farmhouse look. I like the curly Q, and I think maybe we can control the curly Q. And maybe we'll do the pinching on the red. So let's do the little curly Q. And I did not get any of my little supplies ready, so that's the smart thing to do. We're gonna have to put several in here, and you don't need to waste your, I know these are only like $1 a pack, but going in and out of here and just on one piece of mesh, you can try to third it, but the best thing to do is just cut them in half. You don't have that much waste, and then you're not cutting all of them off onto the end. I mean, at the end, you're just starting to cut a lot off. And I can use this on my red too. Okay. All right, I'm gonna do one, and then I'll cut a few little supplies, and we'll see. Hey, Sin, Lynn, Eddie, Freddie from Tybee. Oh my gosh, hey, and Lynn's my sister's like, answer us. I'm sorry I didn't see. Listen, I heard about the accident today, and y'all, I gotta call y'all and tell y'all. I called her about, oh, could you do my hair? And she's like, well, I'm in Miami. Like, thanks, Lynn, for telling me that there was an accident, but I'm so glad you're okay, because at first she was like, no, everybody's not okay. And I said, well, please tell me my sister is okay. And then I felt selfish because that was the first thing I said. But my sister and her fiance rode their motorcycles from halfway up Georgia to the Keys. Bless them, bless their sweet little hearts, because I mean, I love my man and everything, but that would have been a trip he would have been making without me. like motorcycles, like I'm like 2 wheels on the main highway, and they on the back looking like Harley chicks and stuff, and they taking pictures. It looked like they probably had a good time because it was a lot of them. We sent you a picture. You didn't send me one. I mean, I saw on Facebook on the way home, somebody had an accident. They're gonna be okay, but the girl that I called, she does hair, so I was like, listen, I need to highlight this stuff. I'm sick of covering up this gray. And she's like, well, and she sat there, and I was like, well, y'all not back from your motorcycle trip? She said, are you playing with me? And I was like, no. And she says, we had an accident. And so Lynn, thanks for that. And then I felt horrible. She was like, I thought Lynn would have told y'all. I said, well, any of us other sisters, we tell everybody's business when we know it. But Lynn does tend to be a good friend and not tell secrets until you tell her. Thank you for the package. I'm so glad you got it. I got a few more to send out, but I think only 10. Eddie sent it. Okay, well, I'll look on my phone. I see some things coming through on my phone, but I can't look at it when we're on here. All right, there is my line right there. So I'm going to try to get as close to it as I can. And even though right now that is going down in my wing material will push this up. Y'all, I really need to be down there at Tabby with y'all. I need to be on Tabby time at the beach. And I see, y'all see less of me. I've lost a total of 8.4 pounds. And I haven't meant to. I think just maybe drinking water is helping, but I'm doing the Whole30. And everybody talks about how hard they think it is, but I guess maybe I'm not a big grain and dairy. The water at first was killing me, but now I'm just so thirsty, I'm actually drinking it. So maybe that's why I'm doing, maybe that's been my whole problem for a long time, is that I just needed to drink some more water. You are making a ladybug. Yes, we are. All right, we're keeping the little shape, so we're gonna do the loops. Now I'm gonna put them so close together, it's gonna pinch these up. But when you first start, it just kind of looks really flat. All right, so some of the holes you may need to reuse for others. But see what I mean about excess? I mean, I even cut them in half, and see how you start just getting these extra ones, and it doesn't lay flat. It's the same, some of them I may cut in a third and see what that does. Because especially we're using such little tiny ones. Dang girl, you lost 3.5 pounds over the last few days. Yes, I started on the 30th of March. So I actually started 2 days before April the 1st. So what's today? The 7th, 9th day. Yeah, I tell you, that's how horrible. I don't drink water, but you see I've got something right here because I'm thirsty. Life light at last. Hold on, y'all, I'm missing some of this. So what is the 30 dye? You'd have to look it up. It's called Whole30, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's you know, like eating whole foods, but you get to eat vegetables, fresh vegetables. You can eat frozen, it's just as good, just nothing processed. But you do have to cut out dairy, grain, sugar. So you only eat fruits and vegetables and drink water. Now, I am a vegetable and fruit lover, so I can just sit down and eat fruit, or blackberries are ready right now here. So I can just sit down and eat a blackberry container as like a snack, the whole thing. But I love sauteed vegetables, are my favorite, so I really eat a lot of that. But you just have to watch. The main thing I have to watch is sugar, because there's no salad. Like I haven't eaten any salads because there's only like one dressing that I can find that actually has no sugar in it, but it has fake sugar in it, and you can't have fake sugar. So believe it or not, it's probably the first diet that I've ever, and it's really not a diet. It just kind of gets you back into eating whole foods. And you don't really, realize how much processed food you eat until you do this diet. I'm gonna use this as my guide. And I mean, I do feel better and have more energy. And but I don't know if that's just like a natural thing because you flush all this, like, you know, processed foods out of your body. I don't know. I mean, it's not like really a diet. It's supposed to be kind of like a lifestyle to help you get back into eating healthier foods. And like I said, I eat really healthy food. I just tend to eat sugar sometimes, a lot, and fake sugar because I love diet drinks, and I have to cut that out. And I really think that me just drinking a lot more water has helped all what's going on in here, you know, all of it. So sort of a vegetarian diet. No. You can eat meats. Yeah, I'm sorry. You can eat any kind of meat. You just don't eat, like the other day for Easter, I made beef stew. I could not eat any because it has flour in it. You can't have any grains. Like a lasagna, I couldn't have that, number one, for the noodles, but for the cheese, you do have to cut out dairy. See, I'm not a huge dairy eater. I'm not the cereal fanatic like my husband is. Child can't go a day without eating a huge bowl of cereal. I mean, I like cereal, but that's just not my thing. So that's not really hard. But the fake sugars are kind of hard because I would love to eat, like, I like non-dairy yogurt, but it has, you know, artificial sugars in it or sweeteners. And then the ones that don't, I don't necessarily like those as much. But like I said, when you can sit down, the strawberries are fixing to be ready in Georgia. And like I said, I can sit down and eat as much as that as I want. And sauteed, I tend to every day eat like a good big sweet pepper, onion, bell pepper, tomato, zucchini. I'll like stir fry that up, put some chicken or whatever we've had for supper. I'll get Chris to put mine to the side. And just like if he grills a steak, I can't put any kind of marinade on it because even a good Italian dressing has sugar in it. So it's just a salt and pepper steak. Or I found this stuff at Walmart, and the thing is, our Walmart will get something really good and then never get it again. It's like a potato topper, and it's really good because I can have like darn a sack full of boiled potatoes, and I put that potato topper on it, and I don't miss the butter and sour cream and all that in it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love that, but this is just as good. I like my water, especially when it is so hot outside. See, Dolores, I hate water. And I think that's really probably why I'm doing the best, because before, when I've been on other diets or tried different things, I'm really bad about still drinking, you know, sodas, which have artificial sugar in it, and not drinking the water like I'm supposed to. I'll do it for the first few days, and then I'm like, oh, this is just so gross. And I'll stick to my Sprite Zeros, but now that I can't have that, I do get thirsty. And my poor body is probably like, where has this water been my whole life? Because I have never been a water drinker. But you know, when you're young, you don't have to worry about stuff like that. Hello from Kentucky. Share. Thank you, Pam. Tell me he doesn't eat a Jethro bowl full like my husband. Judy, yes, he does. He doesn't. My husband does not eat. That's like a thing in my family. What Chris will eat cereal out of. The small casserole bowls that you get like in a set, that is his bowls. I don't think I've ever seen him eat a bowl of cereal out of a bowl. A bowl that you and I would eat soup out of, or regular. He gets my casserole dishes. His favorite thing of all times, and y'all are just gonna die laughing when I tell you, his favorite thing is your handled glass measuring cup. It's like a 4-cup measuring cup. Because he says, why don't bowls have a handle on them? Because, you know, he just holds it with his handle and eats it. And that is his most favorite thing. So, it's kind of hard to come across those glass ones, or evidently the place I'm shopping. So I need to buy him about 3 or 4 of those, because he's always digging for it, because he eats one every night. Hey, what are you making? I am making a ladybug. And you see how it starts? We've only got a few more over here. And then we'll do our red, and we'll put just a couple of spots of our black in here. And we're going to make an antenna with these. And then I've got one other butterfly, but we're only going to make our wings with, well, actually it's a dragonfly, the one I like. Oh my God, that's my husband too. I drank so much water that I landed in the hospital because my body couldn't absorb all the water and it went into my cells. I was, again, looking like I was 7 months pregnant at 66. And yes, Darlene, that will never happen to me. But I did catch myself today wanting to drink out the water hose. So it's a good feeling for me to want water because I hate water. So how many boxes do you go through a week then? What boxes? You got to tell me what I was saying. Oh, you talking about cereal? Oh, we never run out of cereal here. I have to buy a variety. Captain Crunch is his, I say it's his all-time favorite, but he varies. Like Corn Flakes, Frosted Flakes is, you know, then I'll get Captain Crunch, and he's everybody. He really does like Special K with the strawberries in it. But I can tell he'll eat that a few nights, and then he'll go in there, and then he'll have Frosted Flakes. Cheerios is one of his big favorites. But he puts like a little sprinkle of sugar on it. But bananas, y'all, my husband is going to turn into a banana. Not only does he eat cereal every night, he was over 300 pounds back in the day, drunk water and watched my carbs and got down to 163 now. Made better choices for myself. Dolores, that's what I'm hoping to do. I want to do it for the health-wise. I don't want to be any kind of burden on my kids or anything. So, not burden, but, you know, if they don't live here, and what if our health goes down? You know, I told Chris, I said, you know, child, I can't be like doing all that for you. You better take care of yourself, and you know you don't want to take care of me neither. Cereal. Yes, cereal. So, let's see, but the bananas, y'all, I don't know if you have a husband that, I mean, we could, you know, a jar of peanut butter like this, he eats a week. He gets his spoon, he'll come and sit in the bed, like when it's time to go to sleep, and he's had his bowl of cereal with probably 2 bananas. I have seen him eat 3 in one night, and he gets the peanut butter out, and he has his banana and his spoon, he dips the peanut butter on and bite. He has his own peanut butter, and he just bites peanut butter. And I told him, I said, you are going to turn into, and plus lately, since he has been eating better, he hasn't been eating bread and breads and like cakes or things that are bad. So his go-to sweet tooth is peanut butter and bananas. And that child has eaten more bananas, then he's just going to turn into a banana. What metal are you using? I'm using the cookie, well, they're not cookie sheets. They say they're vegetable kebab sheets, but they're like the cookie sheets that you get 2 for $1 at the Dollar Tree. Y'all, I've never seen these sheets anywhere else. So if you don't have them at your Dollar Tree, try another Dollar Tree. I'm sure they probably sell them somewhere else, but I've just never seen them anywhere else. Look, my kids and grandchildren would make fun of my husband because he would buy 5 boxes of cereal at a time. Yes, when I go down the cereal aisle, it's like one. I grab and I have to get the family size. And I get, you know, Frosted Flakes, Corn Flakes. I get a Captain Crunch. And I get a Cheerios. And then I have lately been getting the Special K. And I'll tell y'all, if I tried Special K like years and years and years ago, and it tasted like cardboard. It was super bad. I don't know how anybody could eat it. But, you know, now they have like Special K with yogurt and berries. Now, I will tell you that I love that. I think the yogurt comes in like these little dried balls, and they dissolve in the milk, and they're really sweet and good. That, if you want like a good cereal, and if that's good for you, It's really good. They say that's too sweet for them, even though they eat Cap'n Crunch and all that. How's the cereal too sweet? That's Buffy and Chris though. They didn't like it with the yogurt. They wanted it with just the strawberries. And he says that it is good because the strawberries kind of rehydrate a little bit in your milk. So he said he likes that one. So I don't know if they changed their formula because one time I tried it and it was awful. All right, I'm making him a little bit bunchy up top. When, you know, just depending on how thick you want your mesh and stuff. And we making, like, say that one's sticking out too far. But remember, they're in ringlets, so I can just cut that straight across because I got one more, and I hate, gosh, to have to cut that for one more, but I'm going to. You know, when you're dealing with mesh, it's all about how thick, you know, you want it. Now, this is a good mesh. I mean, when I mean the webbing and all that is going to be a little bit thicker than this stuff from the Dollar Tree. See how really thin that is? You know, I may have to be a little bit thicker on the Dollar Tree when you just kind of have to eyeball where you're getting your materials from. And I need to get to work and quit running my mouth. Talking about my husband because, you know, I love him. Bless him. He's my best friend. Shredded wheat. I don't think I've ever even eaten shredded wheat. That's going to be beautiful, Sin. Thank you so much, Amy. Amy, did you get your stuff? Because you were asking me about it Monday, and I sent it Friday. But, you know, our postal service, they're not all that great. 2 things come back to me that I had measured in the post office, so I had to go back in there. She was like, oh, I'm so sorry, and sent them, and I can't remember the names on them. My daughter and granddaughter is in her room singing the song Frozen, Let It Go. Sound like a dying cow. That's probably what I sound like when I'm walking. I was just walking around the house today going, tiptoe through the tulips, and Buffy just goes, gosh, mama. All right, so, hold on, let's see. All right, and so you can kind of look on the back. I'm trying to think, is one side, you know, thicker than the other? But it looks like I went from one side to the other about on the same level. So maybe I'm just looking at it wrong. Maybe when I push it up like that, when this pushes it, it'll still have that little dome shape. But remember, we have the little curly cues going on. So we can always trim it, but don't depend on the trim to keep your shape. Really try to, like if you're doing something this small, only do the length. If you're going to do something like, there are a lot of things that I have, you know, you can, if you wanted to do a huge ladybug, remember you can cut these out and you can actually lash them together and make it bigger and wider together. And I'll show you in a minute what I mean. And the bigger you go, the longer your, remember, the longer your mesh pieces can be. All right, so now, all right, let me get my little guide piece. And these should be. And y'all, this is how I am that I like this paper. I'm just gonna cut a lot of pieces. Here, there. You write right on the paper. And then we can just go through. I have seen, if you're gonna cut a lot of mesh, people use the heated little letter, I got one somewhere, that you can burn into wood with, will burn this straight across. And it's really good. I'm gonna take, I really wanna take my roller out, but then I'm gonna start cutting my paper up. But let's get my little, I don't want to have that. Oh, thanks for my stuff. Love it. You're too sweet. Yeah, I only have a few left to send out. And today, if I was not doing that, I would have remembered to take them with me. This is all about getting set up. If I have this to the side, I don't want to knock my water over. Now, if you're doing multiple meshes, you can take your mesh and do it like this. Cut 2 or 3 of them at a time. And remember, this dollar store stuff doesn't go a long, long way. Sometimes you work out by spending more money, you know, if you've got to do a lot. If you're doing like a big project, go ahead and get the bigger from Michael's. Hobby Lobby, there's more on the roll. Hey, Sin, I was singing Sleazy by the Village People, and my daughter was yelling at me. All right, what is Sleazy by the Village People? Is that YMCA? That's the only one I know, girl. Did you send my packages? Judy, I'll tell you, I don't remember the names every time, but the dresses are always familiar to me because I'm always like, ooh, I'm sending something to Nevada. You know what I mean? So I don't know, and you don't have to say your dress on there. I'll look tomorrow because tomorrow I should finish sending everything out. Hey, from Mississippi. No, it is a wild song. Well, then I don't know it. Probably, if I heard it, I probably would know it. The Village People, only thing I knew they sang is YMCA, and they dressed up like construction workers, and what else were they? Construction workers, and a cowboy, and an Indian, and all right, see. Well, one of these I'd already cut into, so. We got a bunch in our way right now, so let's just get that. I'm just going to use this black since I already have it out. It's okay. Cop. Yeah, police officer. See, the only thing when you do the curly, it seems like you have to do more of it. When you pinch, it does it a little bit bushier, and it seems to be a little bit wilder. Well, we started off with the rollies. We'll finish with the rollies. Cop, are you gonna put black down the wing lines? Yes, but I really want to focus on putting the red on here, then the black dots. Like, you know, the little, I'm sure it has some kind of like technical name for their spots. I don't know what that is. The you know, like vertical scarred root scarring or whatever, like on our carrots, but I don't know what they are on insects. Oh, look at me. I got I cut 2, so there's 2 in each one. Are you gonna put yes? But you can do it any way you want to, Dolores. You can, you know, you don't have to make this little head bushy as I did. It's all about, you know, it's your project. But I really got some cute little ribbon because, you know, of course I want to put a little bow on it. Because, you know, all these are things you can stake outside. I really brought the little chain to show you with the other one what you can do. I don't think we're going to have time to do the other one, but the chain hangers from Walmart that hang up pots, You can actually hang them from like a little tree if you wanted to, like actually hang them from, you know, put them on your mailbox. A mesh will hold up in any weather. This stuff can get wet. I'm not saying like insects aren't going to make little homes in them, but you know, you can put it out in the sun, you can put it out in the snow, I mean, it'll hold up under any weather. I mean, just like anything else, you know, that's outside for a long time, it's gonna get wear and tear on it. But you're not limited, you know, like a wood project and paint and things like that where you can put mesh. I used one of your word on the other day. I drove up gas tank at the store. Cattywampus. Oh, when you were trying to get gas at the gas station, you pulled up all. Have you ever just, you know, I hate pumping gas. That is like one of my, you know, I try not to push it in my car, but I hate pumping gas. And yes, there's nothing worse than pulling up to the gas tank and you didn't pull up far enough or the thing doesn't reach it. That doesn't happen to me as much as it used to, but don't you just hate pumping gas? Sometimes I wish I could afford, if there was like a place for like us gas pumpers that we could pay like $5 a gallon, because you know I don't drive anywhere, so I don't ever have really a lot of gas. I could probably get a tank of gas a month probably, that you could pull up and say, you know, I'll pay double the price if somebody else will just pump it for me. I hate it. You're welcome. I'm glad you like it. This is gonna be cute, Sin. Thank you, Dolores. Stephanie, hello. Just was able to jump on here. Hold on. All right. Thank you, Stephanie. We're usually on here. I try to shoot for an hour and a half. There's at one time I was like, I'm gonna get it down to an hour. I'm not gonna hold these people up, but then sometimes, you know, this mouth just gets to going and it's jibber jabberish. All right, and you don't have to worry about this because with this oil, the little lines are coming off anyway. So we'll start my red. And I'm going to show you how when you put your first one on, like we talked about, it seems flat. Don't get discouraged like, oh, this isn't going to shape up right. Because I'll show you what this very first red one looks like is what our first black ones look like when we first started. See how it just kind of looks all flat, but the more you put them together, it's, you know, like the next one is gonna bunch this one up and you're gonna go on down. There's no rhyme or reason. I mean, if you got like an OCD problem and you gotta make sure if you put one on one side, you gotta have the other one the exact same, by all means, go for it. I'm just filling it in. And see how big these holes are? If by some reason when you get to the end, one of them is cattywampus and you got like maybe a little hole or you seem like you've got like a little gap in it, there's nothing that these are big enough where you could stick, you know, like right here. If I wanted to go back and say I just need a little bit of filler, you can go back and fill it up. No problem. But y'all, sky's the limit on the shape of this. You can find anything and you can make them as big as you want, because like if you really wanted this ladybug bigger, you could take another sheet and lash it together with a pipe cleaner, make it bigger, and you know, make them as big as you want to. I mean, there's a, what is it we talked about, hardy board or whatever it is that you buy, and they cut shapes. Well, I'm doing that on the wrong side. They cut shapes of it. I mean, and that stuff is expensive. You get one shape and it's like almost 20 bucks. Now, don't get me wrong. It's probably really sturdy, good wood with a bunch of holes in it. But, you know, this you can cut into any shape with just a regular pair of scissors that you want to. And it's super light. Like when you finish, the only really weight you have, because this is just so, I don't know if you can hear it, it's just so light. The only weight you have is your mesh, and mesh is really light. So you can hang it with anything. You don't have to find like a stud on your, you know, your door, or if you want to put it like in a little you know, just put a stick on the back of a paint stick and stick it in like one of your ferns or something. They don't weigh anything. And when you stick it in your plants with the mesh, it's okay if it gets wet, even your irrigation. Okay, see how it looks like that? When I do the next row, it will bring those up together and pinch them together. So like I said, when you put that first one down, don't worry about what it looks like. Let's see. I hate when I do that. Hold on. Or you pull up the tank on the other side. That's one thing I don't do. I always remember with my gas tank, and I think y'all are gonna laugh. I think I've always been lucky enough that every car I'm pretty sure that I've owned, the gas tank is on my side. I know they make them all on, but evidently the cars that I've always bought, they on my side. But I learned that off, and that's not, I just hate pulling up. I hate pulling up to pump gas. It's like, ugh. And I'm one of those too that you can tell I hate pumping gas because I'm always like at the end when it's like the thing's clicking like I'm full. I'm trying to like shake the car, shake the handle, and do everything I can to get that last drop in there. That last drop in there so I don't have to come back. Isn't that just so sad? You know, like I'm that person out there like hitting their car with their hip and trying to get that last drop, and then, you know, it's so sad. I'm really super sad when it comes to getting gas. But unlike my sister, who I hope she's still on here, she hates it even worse than me. She has ran out of gas. Lynn, you know I'm talking to you, has run out of gas, hating to get gas at the store. I mean, like 100 yards from the store, she has run out of gas. Now, would you not be mortified if that happened to you? Now, you're down in the dumps, and you're like, Lord, I got to push this gas. And I have been there, child. I have stayed home with two and been poor as whatever, you know, and, you know, having to, like, ration my money out and say, okay, this is for gas and all that. But bless your heart, when you got plenty of money and you running out of gas because you just don't want to go get gas in your car, it's sad. I've always parked crazy in parking spots at stores. My husband always says, you don't want anybody parking next to you. Oh my gosh, you and my daughter Neely, smart as she is, she had trouble parking for whatever reason when we were going through how you drive. She got everything down pat. I mean, I would trust her to drive in like city traffic right off the bat because she always wanted and she practiced, and I trust her, and she looked everywhere. But bless her sweetheart, she couldn't park for anything. So I mean, we go to Walmart, I'm like, listen, park way out away from all these cars, because she would be one of those, she'd pull up and go, okay, I'm too far, and she'd want to do it like 600 times. I'm like, park way out there, I don't mind walking, but you and this going back and forth, I can't do today. So now, even today, at 20-something years old, every now and again, she'll say, see how good I'm parking now, Mama? Knowing it was super sad there for a while. But I wish Lynn would say something on here. My sister, the gas running out sister. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, you can see the gas station from where she ran out. I mean, that's pushing it. And it's like a big old SUV, too. I'm like, you had to have been mortified when you did that. Mine gets to a half a tank. I'm at the gas tank filling up. Oh, Pam, bless you, because my little thing will say, you got 50 miles before you run out of gas. And then if I'm going to the grocery store the next day or the day after that, I'll get gas. But my friend accidentally drove off with the gas pump hose in her tank. She ripped the pump off of the hose out of the pump. Well, Dolores, to make your friend feel better, if you've ever looked on those things, they have safety releases for that. They have like on the hose where it connects. If you ever look at it, it's got like this weird looking clamp on it. It's like an emergency thing for like if somebody does that, it shuts off the gas. It won't pour all out. But Neely and Buffy and Chris were telling me there's this TikTok, one of those, like some video, and there's this lady, and she's going down the road, and these men are blowing the horn at her, and they're like, and they're laughing, and I guess she thinks that they're messing with her. Like, she's just like shooting them birds, like, leave me alone, quit terrorizing me. Well, come to find out, they're trying to tell her she's got they pull up and they're like, you got the tank pump in your car, after she had just like cussed him out, was on the phone like, I'm calling the law on you, all this stuff. And the whole time it's because they were trying to tell her. And this reminds me, I've got to watch it. Chris said it's hilarious. She's so rude and so mean, and just and the whole time she had it, and then she just goes, thank you to these people. Oh my God, girl, thanks for the smiles tonight. We laid my bed. Oh my gosh, y'all, I'm missing the comments. Girl, thanks for the smiles tonight. We laid my best friend to rest day. Sherry, I am so sorry. Oh, and I saw the pictures on your Facebook page where she had passed away. I'm so sorry. Drove off with the gas pump loud. That would be scary. I'm so sorry. Girl, thanks for the smile. So sorry for your loss. Okay, everybody's telling you that. Oh, that's so sweet. My dad used to tell me to fill up on half a tank all the time. Bless him. Maybe if somebody would have told me that, I would hate getting gas. Nobody told me that. I just hate getting gas. But funny story about Neely and pumping gas. I had one of my friends, and when you have kids, you forget, you think about, just keeping them safe and all that. But, I asked other friends for advice when it came to when are you supposed to teach them to shave their legs? When are you supposed to do this? And I was like, I'm kind of nervous about having to teach somebody the responsibility of teaching somebody how to drive. Because I knew it would kind of fall to me because I stayed home with them. I picked them up from school, and, it would be me teaching them. So I had a friend who told me, Shelly C., I wish she was on here because I always tell her thank you when I see her. She said, listen, the one thing you cannot forget to teach them is how to pump gas. She said that their daughter was a great driver, and, they had taught her everything. So, when she got her car, they set her loose, go to school, whatever you tell your youngins. Well, she was pulling up to get gas. You know how they have those big cinder block things up there so you don't run into the tank? Well, she hit it. And she was just like, I was so nervous. I didn't know how close I was supposed to get, Mama. So that's what my friend told me. She was like, just teach them how to pump gas. Don't forget, that's like a major thing. So that's one thing that I did not forget to do, was teach my girls how to pump gas. So, Neely, first thing, I'm like, girl, it's on you. I hate pumping gas. Get out, pump gas. So, you know how like when I wouldn't let her set the little parking brake so it would keep pumping stuff in there. I said you can do that later on when you learn how to do it, but you're just going to hold the clamp. We're learning right now. So she was like, well, how do I know when to cut off? I said, it'll cut off for you. The little suction, whatever, will tell you got too much gas in your car. Let off, whatever. So in the midst of happening, she's like, are you sure, Mama? And I'm like, I'm sure. So we figured out later on, right when it clicked off, she squeezed it again. So the gas sprayed all back on her, got her on her clothes, and and Neely is my sweetheart that doesn't get all up in my business when we get into it. The other one, she'll say, I don't agree with you, but not Neely. She wouldn't back talk and stuff. She turned around with this look like, oh, you were the worst mama in the entire world. I told you it was gonna come all back up. It's all over my coat. And then she just got in the car and slammed the door, and I was just standing there like, I am the worst mama. My child's got gas all over her. And I told her to keep pumping it. So she just gets all the way home and comes inside, doesn't say anything to her daddy. And, I guess she cools off and she comes in and she goes, am I going to be able to get this gasoline out of my coat? Poor Neely. Poor my kids. Y'all knew how sweet and good they turned out. Y'all would be surprised. that Chris and I didn't do something wrong. Oh, I got one more. You know, like when we like got through like no teen pregnancy, stuff like that, we were like high-fiving each other like no teen pregnancy. We did it. You know, because you just don't ever know when that happens, you know. Parents don't ask for bad stuff, but you know, sometimes you get it. But it was just funny. Julie, you missed that part. When like Chris and I used to high-five each other when we beat teen pregnancy. She's not listening to me, Julie. No, she's got her earphones on. My dad used to tell me, bless your heart. You know, hold on, am I missing everybody? I don't see more comments. Nobody's hearing my funny stories about how I have like really ruined my kids. All right, so getting on down there. All right, let's cut some more. Y'all, I think I lost everybody. Did I lose everybody? Everybody's probably leaving and coming back like, girl, she is still cutting mesh. I didn't say it would be easy or not time consuming. Rhonda. Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you, Sandy. We here. Y'all hear how Chris and I were hurting our kids, scarring them for life. And now we're like, we're probably never gonna have grandkids. And y'all, let's say that. Mine, they're 23 and 24. Like, you know, it's never gonna happen. No, I'm here. You are a Stitch. I bet you, hold on, I missed that. Now y'all gonna talk at once. You are a Stitch. I bet you are the life of the party. Yes, Peggy, y'all talk way too much. Hey, just got on. Hey, Sandy, who is Julie? Have you told us before? Julie cleans for me. Girl, I go to work so somebody can clean I swear. I would go to work. You know, when you stay home with your kids, and I am no cleaner. I don't ever want to do that ever again. Bless y'all people who say, oh, when I'm stressed out, I clean. No, I'm not one of those people. But I love her. We're good friends. But she comes really late, which I think everybody else she does for has a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that. I love it. Look at me, y'all. Don't think that stuff isn't sharp. I cut my hand. But Julie likes to craft. Julie and I are big both into, she likes to do tablescapes and entertain and stuff like that. So, you know, she showed me the beautiful flower arrangement that she did for the cross in the First Baptist Church here. I was jealous. It was so pretty. But Julie is slow. She'll, darn, I did cut my hand. She'll start a craft and it'll take her like a month to do it. And I'm like, how did it take you a month to finish that? I mean, something that we do in an hour, y'all. I'm like, you obviously have to do like one little thing and then come back to it. But Julie, she's a hoot. She's laughing at me. When I tell y'all a story and she walks through here, she just dies laughing because she's used to our stories. She has 2 daughters too. But she's got one that's getting married. She's fixing, they're getting a big old wedding. She said yes to the dress, all this kind of stuff. She's getting to do all that fun stuff. Fun mama stuff. But she used to teach school. Teach first grade for years and years. And she just got tired of first graders. So she is big cleaner. I'm talking about, that is her jam. She loves it. And every time I'm like, bless you, girl, because I don't care if lost everything I had, I'd find a way to go to work to clean my house. Y'all, I really cut my hand. Not paying attention. I wouldn't watch if you stopped talking. Sharon, anybody who knows me will tell you, love to talk. Miss Poor Donna and I were out working in the yard today, and we were just talking up a storm about different stuff, which I was probably talking, and she probably wasn't getting a word in edgewise. look at all this stuff I'm gonna get. They'll be so glad I'm bad about buying this mesh, and I'm not a mesh user. So when I was getting it out, Julie was looking at me like, "You fixing to do something with mesh?" And I was like, "Yes, sir." I'm fixing to make a ladybug. I wanted to be able to make the dragonfly. I was gonna do stick. I may do it off because this does take a long time, or I may do most of it, and then tomorrow we'll put it together, and then we'll do another crowd. Ooh, so I see something about Bloody Mary. Yeah, you can't drink alcohol on Whole30. I was such a hurry to meet a friend for a Bloody Mary. I hit one of those orange and white barriers on the road construction and didn't know it till the next morning. Orange all the way down the side. Oh my gosh, Judy. Listen, well, at least you didn't take it home with you like one of those. I thought you were talking about one of those like road bumper things. Can you imagine getting home and you got one stuck under your car? It would have just been mine. I wouldn't have turned around and took it back. Use the empty tubes to make firecrackers for the 4th of July. Uh-oh, Martha, I got some wood for that, but we are definitely going to do that. Ooh, and there'll be some light too. Ooh, I can make some picks out of them for a wreath, because these are really light. Girl, you're so smart. I love crafting with y'all. Yeah, Peggy, you can come live with me, because everybody in this world knows I love for everything to be clean. I love to have fresh sheets every week. That's probably about the only thing I was never let down is, but like a mop on the floor, oh my gosh, I'd be like, I just don't want to wipe another floor. I don't ever want to clean anything ever, ever, ever again. Ever. Like if something happened and Julie don't come, it doesn't get done until she comes the next week. Yeah, when I am stressed, I clean. I don't understand that. I don't think I'm a stress eater. I don't know what I do really when I'm stressed. Maybe read and I get quiet. If you ever see me and I'm really quiet, I'm probably stressed out. Everybody needs a Julie, include me, and when it's a friend too, that's a real bonus, yes. I love her. And she's, like she told me, like when you clean, like everybody who cleans for a living or, anything like that, they have their niche. They have their thing that's their big thing. Like they're either, like they love to dust. They like not a piece of dust everywhere out, or they're big into organizing your stuff, or, Julie's big thing that she's into is hardwood floors, and my entire house is hardwood floors. So the first time she started coming about a year ago, when my friends came in the door, they thought I had my floors refinished. That she does 5 different things. She vacuums it, then she steams it. I mean, every week with the steamer pad thing. Then she mops it, and then she puts a cleaner on it. She mops it like with just like water to get like, like if there's dust or all that, because she's vacuuming, she mops it. Then she cleans it, puts a cleaner on your floor. Then she puts a polish on your floor every week. So yes, I go to work so I can pay Julie. I clean for a living. Debbie, bless you, because I cannot clean. I clean for a living in a nursing home. Brenda, bless y'all too, because I will come to your house and decorate. I will make all your crafts. I will set up tables. I could be a caterer. I could do any of that stuff. And I even like to clean up after that, like put it all neatly back in its own little bin and make it all neat and all that. But do I want to clean? Buffy's been home for a year from college, and she's been doing the dishes. And if I have to do, I'll do the dishes. That's about all I'll do. But now I do like doing laundry, just because I'm weird about how I want the laundry done. But Julie has spoiled me. Like, if something happened to her and I had to get somebody else, they're never going to do all that to my floors. Not every week. Debbie, you hold on. I clean for a living in a nursing. Oh, you are my hero. My granddaughter said to me one time, Nana, you really like to clean, don't you? I said, no, sweetie, I just cannot stand a mess or dust. Oh, I love it clean, but now, will I get up and do it? No. And that's probably just laziness, because I hate being overweight, but do I ever do anything about it? No. So cleaning is overrated. Sharon, there you go. That's Chris. You know, oh God, especially when you go on vacation and you come home and, you know, they throw stuff everywhere because they're unpacking and all that. And, you know, after you've been on vacation, because I am like, when we go on vacation, it's not a vacation for me. Because I'm the one that cleans up after them constantly. And all it is because I know when we get ready to clean, you got to straighten up. So in my head, like the entire vacation, I'm like, I got to keep this straight. I got to keep this straight so we don't have to do so much when we get ready to leave. So I always need a vacation for my vacation. So when we get home, Chris will just go, it's okay if it's messy, just relax. You know, you just need to relax. Because he could sleep on a bed with no sheets. Bless my husband's heart, but yeah, he could sleep on a bed with no sheets. Hey, when you open that, Buffy, look, when you shut that one open. Yeah, he does not care. It doesn't matter. Me, there's nothing like getting in a bed of fresh sheets. Like tonight, I'll sleep like a baby. Because I could probably live in a hotel if they had fresh sheets every single night. All right, let's see. After I lost my daughter at 18, I started catering and making cakes. You said my kitchen was my therapy room. We said my kitchen was my therapy room. Yeah, everybody needs that place when they're like stressed and all that, but cleaning is not mine, nor cooking. I probably like to read or I try not to get too stressed. Y'all, is that like a weird thing for me? I can get upset. And then it's like when I get upset and I like have this good angry or sad cry, then I tend to just, you know, say it is what it is. You know, you can't change it. My husband told me the very first time, you know, when you got little kids and you're just starting off, you're poor and, you know, and you're like, you always worry, you know, we're going to be able to pay for everything. And I remember him always saying, you know, they can't eat you, Cynthia. You know, we're going to do the best we can and not live above our means, but, you know, if something happens, I don't want you stressing like this. And he has kind of always been my rock like that. Because I used to could stress with the best of them. All right, so let's start our twisting. Pumping gas. Recently saw on Facebook, I think, when a couple stopped for gas and the guy is startled when a TV announcer comes on and offers the guy a free tank of gas if you'll sing. Oh, I saw something about that. We talked about singing karaoke. Too funny. His wife got out of the car and was he being punked? She wound up singing Too Funny. And they got a free tank of gas? Oh my gosh. That's pretty awesome. Or was it like they were getting pumped? That'd be my luck. I'd belt out this song and sound like dying cats. And they go, we just kidding. Girl, you're not getting a free tank of gas. Where's my money? I'm late. What are we making, Diane? Goats. We are making some ladybugs. I think I'm making it too thick, but fixing to get with it. All I know. Okay, clean sheet night is the best. You're not lying, Tammy. When it's like real tight, and then, you know, for me, it's all, you know, clean sheets are always really cold. I got this. I don't know if anybody of y'all have ever tried it. There's this fan that you can buy. And the way it goes up like the side of your bed and curves over a little bit, and you put it under your blanket. And it's supposed to be like awesome. And every time that I like said, I'm going to break down, I'm going to order this. I'm at work and I don't know the height of my bed. Because, you know, there's like different height ones. But yeah, clean sheet night is the best. I have done art painting when I'm stressed. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what do I do when I'm stressed. Probably cry like a baby. And Chris always tells me it's gonna be better. And then I'm okay. And read. I think I do get kind of quiet. But I'm also one of those people that don't have to drink at a party. I can be around a lot of people drinking and have just as good a time as they do. I don't know, that's weird. There's some people that don't like to be around other people drinking if they're not drinking or something like that. That doesn't bother me at all. Okay. Probably knocking these all on the floor. All right, our little ladybug's coming together now. I have done art when I'm stressed. I have one client that lets me stay at her lake house. Fringe benefits. He is like family. I have cleaned for him 20 years. I know. I love Julie. I mean, like when she decorates for people's parties or showers or something, she comes over here and gets my stuff, and she'll, you know, when she knows I need something, she'll shoot. Julie, she'll get me, like, I needed some, like, what do you call this thing? Hand towels in my bathroom. I couldn't find this color I wanted. Well, I guess she's the one that goes all the time looking for that kind of stuff. So if I ever tell her something I'm hunting, she finds it. But her mom, I think, is a big decorator too. So they're all into that kind of stuff. All right, hold on. I'm missing the comments. Ladybug. Please ask her to answer my question. All right, what is your question, Leela? I'd give me a free tank too. Shut up. Yeah, if you shut up, she's not seen it yet. Layla asked a question late, but here. They still play that. Check it out. Oh, good. My front porch is Ladybuzz. Got a question someone asked. I got out and talked to my chickens too. Love my stepdaughter, that little bunny you sent me, and she loved it. Good. I sent it in the hot tub every day. That relaxes my stress. Now, that sounds good. What are you using to hook your mesh to? I'm using the trays. They're called like vegetable kebab trays. You get them 2 for $1 at the Dollar Tree. Like instead of the cookie sheet, it's going to be right next to it or where the aluminum pans are. We just drew out our shape and cut it out. And you can draw these shapes in any shape you want. I'm sorry I didn't see your question. Sometimes, and it's because I'm doing something that I'm having to do a lot of. So instead of sitting here running my mouth and reading comments, I'm trying to rush through some of it because we have been meshing this boy for a little over an hour. Well, we cut it out first, but... And I was a few minutes late starting, but we're getting there now. And remember, we did, since this is a small, really small shape, we didn't use a very long piece of mesh. Because if you use really long tubes, it's just going to look like a big ball. You know, or, you know, like say if you wanted a star, if you were doing like, or a flag, red, white, and blue, anything you need to keep your shape, you've got to watch the length of your mesh. But you can trim the mesh up around the edges. That's not a bad thing. You just want to trim it to the shape that you've done. Like if I think this piece is out too far, I need to see where it's curling up, curl it up, so when I trim it, it's still holding that little round, curly Q shape. All right. Let's see. All right, we did that row, so let's do another row. We're heading on down. We're heading down the Atlanta highway. Love shine I don't think she is. Are you putting mesh in every hole? No. You can put them in every hole. I'm kind of eyeballing my rows across. Like, I don't know if you can see, like this, like it's got like a little space in between them. In the shell, I mean, in the center of the tray, it's got these like spaces that don't have holes in them, and that's kind of where I am right now. So like, one of them I actually see, I punched a hole in that one and I didn't here. I mean, you don't have to go in a row, but you can. The more you put, and I put them just about in every one of there, and you see how full the top is. But see how you can see some of the silver? By the time we push it up, we're going to go back and do our black spots in there. That's why I'm not worrying about how thick I'm doing the red right now. But you can also, if you don't want to do it this thick, you want to do every other row. Spray paint your tin, you know, like if you're a red, and then you wouldn't have to use as much mesh. You know, you wouldn't have to worry about covering anything up. But y'all, what I really want to do, that I always say when I start messing with this mesh, I really want to make a tractor one day out of this, like tires, or, you know, just any color, like John Deere green, because it will be pretty. Because you can put these pieces together. Like I can put another cookie sheet. All I would have to do is line the holes up and pipe cleaner it together, and you can make an even bigger piece. It's extremely light, so when you hang it on your door, if you want to make a pick to stick in your ferns or something, it is not heavy at all. The mesh goes in 2 holes side by side. Sometimes, like this one is from bottom to top. I mean, you'll see your pattern. When you first start, you can do it all kind of cattywampus and just start randomly filling up holes. And then you can go back and say, hey, it's a little thin right there. But because I've done it a couple of times, see, I did like 4 there, 5 there. This row right here, we're going to do our 4th one right now. So it just depends on, and then if your mesh is really long, you really don't have to do it as thick as I'm doing it now. They bunch up the more you put in here. Because, yeah, I guarantee you I could have done probably half of what I've done. And it would still cover up good. Because remember, I'm going to go back and put like a black polka dot here and here. So I'm going to put a little bit more in here. What kind of mesh is the black on the top? It was a black one that I got at Christmas time at Hobby Lobby with the little cotton in it. Not Hobby Lobby, at Walmart. Because I didn't have a plain black. So we just used this. And what I did was I cut it. I measured each one. And I found like the measurement that I wanted. And we went down and cut the longer pieces like that. But I'm using the width of one that's just 6 inch. Well, are these 6 or 5 inches long? I think they're 6. But just like when we finish or whatever, if you'll go back at the front, you'll see how I started as far as like how I judged my my length, and then I just found a measurement on my mat and rolled each one of them out. And I'll tell you, they worked out to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 inches long. And we did the roll up instead of the pinch because we just kind of thought the curly cues looked a little better. But like I said, rolling up and pinch, that at the beginning of the video, it talks about both of those. All right. I did not want to, oh no, the other one has. I thought I only had one left that had gold in it. But my last red one, I've got one that's, I mean, and you really can make these as a wreath. I'm not making them as a wreath. I want to do some like little picks to put in my flowers. I think it'll be really pretty. And when I mean picks, I'll put them on a stake, or probably, since this is smaller, the larger 5-gallon wood. I can either lash it or glue it to the back, and you can actually stake them in your flowers. Water can get on mesh, all kind of stuff, and it holds up well in the weather. Even this cheaper stuff, because I think it's all made out of it's all the same material. It just made the thickness of, you know, one at a better quality store is the only difference. It's all the same material. It's just one may be a little bit thicker than the other. All right, I do have this one that had a little gold in it that I was hoping I didn't have to use, but I did have another plain red one. I think I only need a few. And then we can get back, we can do a little bit of our black. And put our little stinking bow on it. And I really do like the ladybug, and I was like, I need to do something red. We haven't done anything red in a while. This thing is really not wide enough. Let me cut my hand again. These things do not play. Or almost. We don't have hand. Look at that, little slashes. Wish our Dollar Tree had those whole sheets. Chris, I don't know if you heard me earlier, but the second time that I went out to the Dollar Tree, I didn't see any, but there were 2 stacks of just the cookie sheets. So I thumbed through one of them, and it was like someone had put the cookie sheets on top of the whole stack of those. And so, and that could be the case for yours. You just like thumb through your cookie sheets and make sure that they just didn't put those on top of yours. I think we thought we were going to cut too many of those, and we didn't cut enough. I don't think I'm going to need this many, but I'm going to cut this many. No, I'm not, but... got to have some black. I kind of liking the little black with that up there now. It almost looks like, and I guess you could do, I know they have black spots on them, but I mean, you could do like little white polka dots in it if that's all you had. You know, like a little white outline or something like that for your ladybug. The only thing I found is fades in the sun. Okay, hold on, fades in the sun. If you turn the roll upside down, it won't keep rolling up on you. I know, Dolores. Yeah, I need hand protectors, Kay, thank you. I'm trying to rush is the main reason why it's doing it to me. All right, so we're getting down here to the bottom. And I'm trying to remember when you're downgrading like this that you don't have to put so many on the edge. See, like I put that one really close to the edge, but you don't have to because it kind of overlaps on the edge. So, you know, you can put it close to the edge. Just know it's going to make your ladybug a little bit bigger. And I'm really kind of wanting it to stay as close to, you know, true to form as it can be. So we'll have to do less cutting on it or any of that little stuff like that. All right, so we're getting down, or we just got like the bottom of the little wings and the tail, the little butt part. The little butt part. Bless him's heart. Him's almost finished. All right. So we got just this little lip here. I think I'm gonna put one on each one, and I think I'm gonna go straight up and, not on the back, but I'm gonna go straight up and down instead of side to side, which I've done some side to side, but definitely these straight up and down. So it'll maybe give me that little point for his tail. I may not want to do that, may be too far, but let's see. Now listen, be careful when you're twisting this stuff, because remember, it is really thin. If you twist it too hard, you could pull your hole, you know, the two holes together and make, you know, like one giant one. If you did, it's not the end of the world. Just go to the second one. But you'll see, as soon as you do like one, see, I'm trying to like maybe let that hang down and be part of his like little wing hanging down, but it may be too long, but we can trim it. We do the other one on the other side just like that. And then the one in the center, just a little bit. I think, y'all, when I've done this, 1/3 of the pipe cleaner is too short, but, you know, just half of them is still a little too long. Because back here, this would just be, I wouldn't be able to see it. See how I've got the little holes? Hold on. I'm going to put this last one in the center, and then you can see what I mean. I've got them kind of poking down. That'll be like the edge of his wings. I don't think I like it as far as it's poking down, but we can trim them. All right, let's see. Okay. See, I've got his like little wings, those two hanging down, but don't think. I think it needs one more. Katie, some more of that black. Katie, some more of that black. Okay, loving that. Thank you. Okay, hold on. You were answering a question for me. God, I ride my bike. He's tickled pink. Hold on. My 2-year-old grandson learned to ride his tricycle. He's finally tall enough to reach the pedals. He phoned me saying, "Grandma, I rode my bike." He's tickled. Oh my gosh, Darlene, I'm so jealous. I bet his voice was just the cutest. I was probably so excited. All right, right there, I'm having to make that a little thicker. I think I was so worried about shaping the tail, I didn't make that one thick enough right there at the bottom. Let's see. Oh, I think it's that part that I'm not liking. The little butt part, I think, is off center. Y'all know me, I'd get down to the end and be a part I don't like. Okay. All right. We'll work on that bottom. See, I'm liking the bottom the way it's gonna be, except there's one little piece that I can see right there. And that's bothering me, but we'll fix that. Let me put some polka dots in him and what is that? Oh, that's Harry eating. Didn't know what that was. Oh, these are not my scissors that I want to cut that with. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll up these, and I'm thinking, what are y'all thinking? Like 3 for each dot? I'm thinking 3, but remember how small he is, and I technically need to put 5 dots on him. So I may only need 1 or 2 at the most, but we'll see how it clusters. Because what I'm gonna do is probably connect these. Let's see. Yeah, thinking that's gonna be, let me see what 3 clustered together look like. I think 3 is gonna be too much unless I do them really tight. Did you use 1 or 4 of the red mesh? Let's see, I used 3 whole ones because I had 2 partial, and I used a little bit of this one, and I opened 1. So I would say I used 3 whole ones. And for the black, you'll probably need a whole one. I would get 2 just in case. But now if you're getting like a really good one from Hobby Lobby, you would probably only need 1 of the black. Let's see. I mean, that's a good little dot. See, I'm thinking 3 might be too many. And this is 2. Because I want to get 5 on here. I need 1 in his center. Yeah, I think 2. I like 3 better, but because of me wanting to get 1 in the center and 4 on each kind of corner, I would say. All right, hold on. I'm putting these all through the same hole. So I'm clustering them together, and then I'm just going to make a knot with them if I can see it. Because I got to pull these tight so it will cluster right in the center. All right. I'm thinking that's all it's taking. I'm just twisting them to 2. That's right next to it. Because the reason why I went through the same hole is I really need them. I need them to cluster together, and like spreading it out, they wouldn't cluster as much. So there's our center, and I'm gonna do 2 here and 2 here. So I just need a few more of these. Very cute. Put him black, but hold on. Put him a black butt. I do need to have him like a little black, maybe a little part of the tail. Hold on. This is one from earlier I had cut. What, Harry? You finished eating, now you want to go outside? I think less is better for my angle. Yeah, it was just, I was thinking I needed that to make like enough cluster, but 2 for his size was good. Yeah, because see, like when it's clustered in there, I mean, that's a good little perfect dot. Okay, now I'm going to try to maybe, it'd be better if I eyeball it probably. We'll put 1 where I put back here. I'm going to find it equally on the other side. I'm thinking this is a really good one right here. It's hard to get all of these in because they're a little bent. There we go. Okay, let me see if this is too. No, that's too. Well, maybe I'll put a red. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me tie these on one's right next to it, and I'm gonna do 1 on the other side. You could paint that tin black. That's what I'm kind of thinking. Listen, I'm thinking about taking the white out of, using a little bit of my paint to take the white out of these dots. You know, the white cotton that's in it. Okay. And if anything, if those look like they're trying to go too close together, I can stick another red in between there. But I don't want to go any closer to the edge. But what's going to give him his whole little antenna with the balls, and it's going to all pull together. Because you know who told me it was? She told me before we started, she's like, girl, I know you can do it. I'm like, we got this, girl. We got this, Ladybug. You could paint the tin black. Yes, too. So cute. Was that 5-inch mesh? Yes. I believe what you get from the Dollar Tree is 5-inch mesh. Let's see. Yes, you get, no, hold on. 6 inches and 5 yards. But y'all, that does not look like 6 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's like a mushed up, I would say maybe 5.5 at best. But most, I don't know if you can get a 6-inch. You probably can. But I know that they sell 8 inches. And you wouldn't probably need but 1, maybe 2 at the most if you did the 8-inch. And you can always cut them in half. What, Harry? Harry, howdy Potter. Yeah, you got leaves in your butt. You've been sitting in my flower bed. The child sleeps in my bed every night. And every night I get some kind of leaf out my bed where they stick to his little butt when he comes in. Bless her heart. Of course, bless your heart. Yes, she is, yeah, I mean, it's close to 6 inches, but I don't really think it's a full 6 inches. Probably if you stretched it out, if you stretch this out, you might, but I would say, you know, but I would say like 5. All right, let's see. Here is our little cluster. All right, we did that one there. So we need to put this boy, that was 3 in. Probably about right there. I never did polka dots on this, so like I said, we may need to fill in if we think the red is not enough. See, I like that polka dot a whole lot better. Maybe I cut it shorter. Okay, let me. Bless her heart, too cute. Of course, bless your heart. Okay, it's close. Were you talking about the measurements? You know, I'm like weird about, is it exact? I don't want to tell you the wrong measurements. I would have never thought 6 inches on that. I think they're stretching that a little bit. Okay. All right, see, this has got a good little mesh in between it. In between these two, but see how it looks a little thin? I may put another red one in between that just to thicken it up, because we got to get one here and one here. And yes, I think 2. I think we probably could have gotten away with 1. Hold on. Let's see what 1 looks like. Yeah, I'm going to cut these down because I think we could have gotten away with just 1. So we're going to cut those down where they're not quite so bushy. Of course, we need a hole right here. I got to that one place that has that little... Look, and I just tore a hole in it. Super simple. Because Because it's so funny how, like, when I went in there, I was like, you know, I probably could hole punch that stuff. Can you imagine? I would have been so tired of hole punching, putting all these holes in it. But you know how, like, when you're a crafter, you think you can do anything. But at least I found it. Can you imagine have done all that, and the next time I go in there, there's one right beside it that has all these holes in it already? That would have been a show, bless your heart. I'd have sat there like, oh my God, it took me hours to put those holes in there. Thank you so much, Rosemary. Remember, if you haven't become a member of Sin's Crafters, please join. That way we can see your crafts. Only need 2 more of these. I'm going to cut a length all the way down. Please become a member of Sin's Crafters. That way, even if you never post anything, you can see other crafters' ideas. They will inspire you to do your own. You know, you can do them just like theirs. Nobody's is ever just alike. I love it when people ask questions on there, like, do you like this bow better? I mean, I love it. I depend on your answers sometimes to help me through. Sometimes y'all save my crafts from some disaster that I didn't see or something. So, you know, and all you have to do is just click on that little link that she just put on there. And, you know, you don't have to fit. Some people make a questionnaire for you to fill out. I mean, I don't know why, but they do. And I don't do that. You just ask to join. I accept everybody. And it sends me a little notification saying I have new requests. I click on there, confirm you. And then you can, it's just like having another Facebook group. You can post on there yourself, just like you would on your regular page. Or you can just, you know, look at other people's crafts. Let's see. I need another one of these to wrap this around. All right. Let's see. And I think there was one more I wanted to put a little red on. Put a little red one in between there. Now I'm just eyeballing this link. I've cut so many, I think I'm getting pretty close. Because right here, in between these 2 dots, it just looks like I need some more red. Right here, these are kind of almost bleeding together. So, now if you make yours really thick, you still can go back in. These holes are big enough to put 2 pipe cleaners through both of them. Hey, Jake, they just let my sweet baby back in. He is the sweetest boy now, y'all. He's so calm. He gets some treats from me. All right. All right, baby, what does that look like?
That looks like a bulldog reed.
Chris said it looks like a bulldog reed. It's supposed to be a ladybug. Does it not look like a ladybug? Let's put some antennas on it so it'll look like a ladybug. Well, I mean, do ladybugs have legs? Well, I mean, yeah, they do, but I'm just saying they have antennas. That's what you need to see. Oh my gosh, I just spilled my pipe cleaners everywhere. All right, so let's give him some little antennas. Let's see. We got to give him some antennas and make him look like a ladybug now. I should have done the, which one? The, dragonfly one. All right, let's see. I think it's little. Let's take 2 pipe cleaners, and I need it to be.
I see it now.
You see it now? Oh, he says he sees it now. You so sweet.
I swear when you stood it up.
When I stood it up.
Right there, you got your hand on, see?
Yeah.
Face or whatever.
What did you think it was before? Just like is it a bless your heart thing?
It's getting there. You always somehow tie things together.
He said you always sometimes tie things together. Okay. The only reason why I'm using 2 pipe cleaners for each one is I want them to be pretty sturdy, because I'm going to put a bead. And I know I brought some beads out here. Hold on, let me move the table back. Because I bought my little gnome beads out here. Oh, come on. I don't see them. Oh, there they are. See, I bought the little gnome beads that doesn't go. I mean, that's not what they are. It says doll head beads, but they're good for like little tiny gnomes because they don't have but a hole on one side. You can get them at Walmart. But you can put a bead of any kind on here. But this is why I did 2. This one goes on this side. Because I'm going to, let me twist these a little bit. I think 1 pipe cleaner might not have been strong enough. The bead might have made it kind of flock over. All right, so we're gonna put this on here. I'm gonna let my glue heat up a little bit. So let me put my other 2 on the other side. Really pretty. Twist the antenna a little bit, yeah. I'm going to put another one on the other side. I'm using 2 to make 1 just to make it a little bit sturdier. Let's see. These are bent down a little bit, so. What is she supposed to feel?
I said, have you feel?
All right, I'm gonna twist it up. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I got me a Roby glue gun. All right, Debbie. You better get you some finger protectors, because at first, especially if you're used to working with a low temp one or you didn't know you were, you're gonna burn your fingers up. You don't really burn your fingers, you burn like places on your hand. All right, so we got 1 bead. And let's see, let's get another one. All right, glue gun. Yeah. All right. See, I'm glad I did 2 because it's even 1. Ha! All right, and we'll put a little bit of black paint on these. And
You need to hurry up and get home.
you getting hungry? Is that what you said?
I think you need to hurry up.
How, what?
Just kidding.
I didn't hear what you said. I mean, I just didn't hear the last part. All right, let me put that to the side. Oops, I got 10% left on my phone. I know that. My cord, my plug-in is not in here. All right, here we go. And so you see why I doubled up? Because even with 2, it's wanting to, hold on, let me see if maybe I can, I'm gonna twist them together. Give it a little bit more sturdiness too, and go out. Okay, there we go. All right, done burn your thumb. Yeah, I'm telling you, you better look out. Those things can be a little scary. All right, of course, we got to put us a cute little bow on it. And we're going to put it on this stake, because like I told you, I want to be able to stick it in my flowers or something. It's right beside my bed. The long one is in there. I don't care. He is a sweetie. My husband was when I... Okay. Look at this cute ribbon, y'all. I have not been able to use it because Georgia hadn't gotten around here. Yep. Georgia football. You ready for football, Chris? He says a long ways off. Sure is. All right. I'm actually going to put a little bit of country in it. You know, we need us a little farmhouse country. And I actually saw this because I kind of wanted to bring some burlap in it, but you know, we just really don't have any of that in it. But I wanted to show you this cute little ribbon I found, y'all. It has the ants on it. I know we didn't make ants, but I'm just dying to use this. I have some that has some strawberry that I got to do some strawberries, like the ants.
Can you tell if it's charged?
I can't tell, but it's okay. Well, sometimes mine doesn't make any noise when it comes on. I don't think we need this little one since we already had the big one.
That should work.
Okay. Oh my God, I love him. He is so cute. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let's see. I've got this. Oh my gosh, y'all. I'll home y'all up now. I can't believe that mesh went that fast. When I first pulled it out, I was like, you know, mesh takes forever. And I like the polka dot, but let's do the black in the background. We're doing just a little standard messy bow. Let's see. Let's get a solid color in between. Love the ants. I almost want to put the ants on the top. What do I hear talking? Oh, is that your phone, Buffy? All right, and we're going to pinch it up together. Since it's these big ribbons, you kind of have to pinch on it. Oops. Pinch and not let go. Ren, what's the H stand for? Ribbon is really sweet. Oh, my little, hold on. Oh, love the ants for 4th of July. Table centerpieces. I know. I really want to use it with my strawberry. Like, you know, strawberries just remind me of picnics because that's like the first thing here that gets ready, like for summer. Oops. Ren typed an H. Ren, what did you want to say? Come on now. I know you wanted to say something. Oop, and it didn't end up on the top. A little antsy-pantsy. But I want it to. I want the little ants to, the polka dot and the ants. I use this stick. Alright, let's see, where do I want to put his little bow? I think I want to put him like right by his little head up here. There we go. And I'm thinking I don't like the white in this. It's just throwing me off. I may get in there with some little paint and dye it. But, and I'm just gonna, shoot, I should have used a pipe cleaner. I could have went in there, but I'm gonna put my jute just through a couple of these holes and tie it in the back. And you can use a pipe cleaner as like a little hook, like if you wanted to make a wreath out of these. It's really light. So like you could just loop a little hold on, let me tie this really quick. You could make a little loop on the back with your with a piece of your pipe cleaner because they're really light. Just take one like this, twist it. You probably can just put it in the hole and make a hook on the back. They're super light. They will hold up on just about, I mean, anything. You know, if you wanted to put it on a wall, you don't have to worry about finding a stud or anything like that because it's But what we're gonna do to him is, I'm gonna find the flattest spot I can because I am gluing him. I'm gonna glue him down and I'm gonna lash him on here with, I don't think I got all these little pieces cut. I'm going to glue him down the best I can, my stick on here. And then I'm gonna put a couple of pipe cleaners around it. I'm not so much worried right now on the color of my stick because I have worried in the past about painting them, and then when you put them down in your fern or your flower bed, whatever you want to put it in, you really never can see this part. But if I could, where I'd put it, I would just come back in and paint it. But let me just, I know I'm going to be able to. Y'all hear these little antennas hitting me? Oh gosh, he is so cute. Cool. I said, hey Kathy. Well, okay, rehabbed. I meant refabbed. Who is rehabbed? Refabbed. I meant I don't know who y'all talking about. Are y'all talking amongst yourselves? Y'all do that sometimes. Okay. I'm gonna use a whole one. Goodness gracious. There's one side. Now I need to find another side. And I won't hold y'all up. I'm just going to show you how I get one on here. And then we'll call it a night. Okay. All right, I've got this up in here. 2 pieces. First, curl it up as much as I can. And we'll do this all the way down. I'm gonna squish it for right now. Very cute, Brooke. Yeah, I was saying Brooke from Refab was the first messy bow I seen. I don't know, but I love them, Debbie, don't you? And you know, I just discovered her. And they do a lot. I mean, I think they have like people on staff and all that because they put out like multiple crafts a day. I'm like, bless y'all. But I guess that's your job. All right, let me give that just a second to harden. Crafty lady, Brooke. Yes, crafting lady, yes. Yes, so easy and cute. All right. Feel some of the glue coming through, so I think it's setting up okay. Ooh, boy, I got. So I probably would still put a couple of more here and one at the bottom, but it seems to glue, and I mean, it's catching all those little fibers in the pipe cleaner too. So we'll put our little ladybug up. Now, Chris, does that look like a ladybug now? With his antennas? Well, even with the cute little brown antennas. I mean, wood color antennas that need to be, they need to be black. Here is my new black. Remember the other day I was like, y'all, I have some new black. It just appeared. It ups and appeared, Chris. That's what Nick Neely used to say when something would disappear. It ups appeared, Mama. All right, good job. I don't know. Feel like I've been doing this forever. All right, let's see. I'm gonna be planting all my plants outside tomorrow, so I may do a live, a little extra one a little early. Hooking up my, oh, no. Oh, okay. On my, just got black paint all over me. Thank goodness. And my hubby gonna kill me, gonna spend more money getting mesh now. We're telling you, going to get it at the dollar store. I really bought this black because I love the jute color with the cotton in it, but I was like, I won't use this until probably the fall, or that would look really cute with like strawberry stuff. What am I looking for now? Here, we'll just do it with this. I'm like, do I want to dirty up a whole thing just for one? And that did really well. So before you dirty up a whole brush just for 2 antennas, use your paper towels. Work perfect. Just don't get it all over yourself like I just did. Okay. All right, there we go. I'll hold it up and I'll really can't stick it on anything. I don't think I even have a plant in the house I can stick it on. I may have to wait till tomorrow to show you a picture of how cute it is. Cute paint I just got all over myself. All right, so I painted his little antennas. So here he is, and we'll stick him in. I've got some white flowers, these certain white flowers outside that I think he'll stand out the most in. Because my tulips are all finished and my azaleas are too big. But something that, you know, got a color coding with something that's white. That piece is sticking out a little bit further than I want it to. So this is the time when, you know, you can trim them up if there's little pieces sticking out, shape them up how you need to. But overall, I like him just the way he is. All right, I gotta try making him cute. Cute ladybug. All right, thank y'all so much. And I'm sorry we ran over tonight. Mesh is time consuming. I got my stimulus check today, went to the Dollar Tree. There was nothing I didn't already have. I got ping pong balls and don't know what I'm gonna do with them. Well, you can put ping pong lights, Judy, on Christmas lights and paint them different colors, and you'll have like the little studio lights that look really cute. On different things. You can shoot paint on the inside of them and change their color. What is he eating? Sounds like peanut butter because he's licking his... He's eating something. Really turned out Gog.
Come here.
So much fun watching. All right, Cheryl, I had a good time tonight. Y'all learned about what to teach your kids when you're pumping gas. I mean, when they're learning how to drive. Telling Neely, I'm glad she didn't watch tonight. I'm telling all kinds of stories about her. Hugs and play safe tomorrow. I sure will. And I will see y'all. I may come on a little bit earlier tomorrow if I'm planting up my, because some of you had sent me messages about my irrigation. And I've got all my little parts, so I'll be able to show you how we can hook it in if you want to get it. I need to like do the links down and write the terminology down of what the pieces are in case you want to get them, because it really makes having your planner so much easier. And it's really not that hard after you know, especially if you, like me, I'll have to do about 16 tomorrow, hooking them up. So after that minute, you'll know what to do. I use mine for angel hands and 2 tire stand legs. Aww. Too cute, too cute. I have not been in the dollar store. Now that Easter's over, what are they putting out? Like springtime, summer? Probably like pool stuff for like little kids. All right, well, I'll let y'all go, but I will see y'all tomorrow.